Alan, so I've explained to you about my project and what it's trying to achieve, and gone through with you all the different ways that my information might be used. At the end of the session we'll go through a permissions form where you can let me know which types of scenario you're happy for me to use the information in. So if you're happy with that, we'll go straight into the interview. I've got a number of questions which just sort of guide the conversation, but by no means we don't need to stick to those. If you feel that there's something important that needs to be added in, you just throw that into the conversation. Okay. So I'm going to set the recording equipment going now. Would you like to introduce yourself and tell me what your connection was with the whole fishing industry?
Well, my name's Alan Hopper. By profession I'm a naval architect, and back in the 1960s I was invited to join a unit called the Industrial Development Unit of the White Fish Authority in those days. The purpose then was to try to improve the technology of our fishing industry, to make it more competitive with other countries, to improve vessel design, safety and ship design in my particular field, improved engineering services, improved equipment, new methods of seeking and detecting fish, and methods of improving the capture of fish. And this small unit was set up in 1963, I think it was. I came at that year at the start of it, and I spent really the rest of my professional life working in that field, although I broadened out from naval architecture into a more general fisheries specialist.
Would you like to give me one or two examples of the type of project that you might have been working on in the late 1960s?
One of the projects, well, it's a question of whether interest projects or practical projects, but one of the interesting projects that I worked on was, well, I worked on several design of improved fishing vessels. We were coming from the side trawler era to the stern trawler era, and there was a lot of design work needed to be done. The stern trawler had reached really a sense of near perfection, and we were suddenly changing all the rules and doing it differently. So we had to recognise that, and we had to recognise that the stern trawler had to be as safe as its predecessor. But the stern trawler then allowed an enormous range of opportunities to develop that the side trawler could have never really taken on. So that was one of my jobs. Other things that I was concerned with then was trying to get the catch back to Hull in a fresher condition or in a better condition than it normally was. So we experimented with all kinds of things called super chilling, in which the temperature was taken down of the fish to just below zero. That meant it was not frozen, but it kept better in those conditions. We tried to improve the handling of fish on board the ship, the way the fish was treated on board the ship, and improve the quality that came to the customer.